Hello, dividend executives. Welcome back. The stock market is open, so you already know where you're trading options, and we're reviewing some of the plays we had for Friday. I ended up having to run some plays all the way to the very end of the day on Friday, so I wasn't able to get the trades live, so we will go over them today. The account is looking good. In the last week, we're up $1,972 at 2.65%. Last month, up $11,334 or 17.42%. So not too bad. We are on our way back, and that's even with Tesla being down as much as it is. The reason why is because we've switched a lot of our focus to our mining stocks. We are wheeling and dealing. We are getting in. We are getting out. And I actually made some big moves in the account, so we'll go over those as well. So buying power right now is $935. We did make a $250 deposit on our contribution side of things, so we got a nice match there. We did that today for the $250, and then every week, let's see, I did 30 here to round off. So we are just starting to deposit more into this. I totally forgot about depositing into this account. So I'm going to start depositing into that. Obviously, 2023, we maxed it out. We did the full $6,500. And we are going to do the full $7,000, I think, yeah, $7,000 for 2024. We're just going to keep contributing. So we'll get back to that. But we did the $250, a little bit of catch up today. That way we can grow the balance. And we are up to $76,000. So that's pretty nice on the account. We are also, what's the all-time up this? We're up 21% on the account. Not too great. Obviously, when Tesla was back in its glory days in December, we were up to 84,000 in this account. So we're fighting our way back while Tesla is still down, but we continue to collect rent each and every single week. So let's go over some of the plays we did. First thing I want to go over is I ended up cutting Rivian. I want to tell you why. I want to tell you the move that I'm making with that money. And Rivian's actually had a pretty good month. We're up 22%. The past 3 months it's been wrecked, but we were up 22%. And I said, you know what? At this point, I'm making just for 2 weeks. I was making $12 to $20 in calls, and I said we've grown a little bit on the account. And it's time to move on a little bit from here. We've made $437 worth of option premium on this in 2024, and it's just time to move on. So what did I end up doing? Well, I ended up selling all 350 shares. I took roughly, I think it was like a $775 loss on that. On just the share side, you can see here. So I sold this today. You can see here 350 shares. I sold it for $10.45, and right now Rivian's trading at $10.44, so right about the same. And we got $3,600 for that. And the reason why I did it is you can see this, right? So I was selling 2 week calls, and I was getting paid, $24 every 2 weeks, which wasn't terrible. But I just think I could make that the difference back. So if you look at the math, I sold it for, like I said, like $775 loss or so. And then I took that money and I sold some clean spark puts today for $120. If you add in the premium that I made this year on Rivian, then really it's going to take me 2 or 3 weeks of selling puts on these mining stocks to make up the difference. And then we were ahead, right? So that's what I decided to do. I decided to take the $3,600 and move on. And I'm going to sell puts with it. So I immediately went in and sold a put on CleanSpark. Obviously, this stock's going to the moon today, but it shows the volatility that we're talking about. And so I sold this for $120 this morning. It's already up $81. And we're just going to keep doing that every single week. So probably Mara and CleanSpark is what I'll stick to on these. If I do get enough capital, I might start trading some CONL. And I can just show you that. Let me just pull that up here. It's a leverage 2x on coin, but it does take less capital. It does go in monthlies, but if I sell puts here, look at these puts. If I sell a 30 put, $110, $235, so it's just obviously more risk, but being a crypto miner myself, I like to trade these mining stocks going into the crypto bull runs, and Bitcoin is trading at $68,000 today, so it is doing really well. And I want to trade with the momentum. The momentum is not with Rivian. I think it will do well, especially as we start cutting rates, and I might get back into it later, but for now the money just felt dead. So moved on to CleanSpark. You see this and you say, oh my gosh, you're down on this call. Well, on Friday, I made an aggressive move, right? I sold the calls last week. Let me just pull up Mara and I'll show you. So I sold the calls last week in every intent to get the shares called away, right? My cost basis is $18.87. And last week we sold the calls and we said, you know what? Let's go to the Roth IRA. So we sold the calls last week and we said, let's try to get rid of these shares, right? So we sold the 5 contracts for $30 at night, and we got paid $150. And we said, let's get rid of these at $19.50. We booked some nice premium, $250, or actually we probably $300 and $350 worth of share appreciation plus $150 premium, and we were right at it. You can see here I made this trade at 158, so 2 minutes before the stock market closed on Friday. That's why I couldn't make the video. I was waiting till the very end for Theta to decay this away. I thought that these were going to get called away. They didn't end up getting called, and they weren't going to. It's closed. This filled at 159, so it closed right at the right below it. So I ended up rolling them, and I rolled them at the exact same strike. I said, give me the premium. It's guaranteed income. And if the stock goes to the moon, great. If the stock goes down, great. I don't really care. But what I do want is I want my guaranteed income. So I rolled that for $485. And that was some really good premium. So I can't complain there, right? So I can't lose. Obviously, the stock can go up, and the stock has gone up today, but we still have the whole week in front of us. And so that's the gamble I took. I took the guaranteed income approach. And I got paid $485, which is a really good return on my money. We can go over that in the spreadsheet as well. So I sold the call for $485. If they do get called, obviously I'm going to book the difference between the 1887 and the 1950, right? So not too bad. I'll take the appreciation there if I do get called, and then I'd be back to cash. So then I'd be $11,000 back in cash, right, for me. So that's what we're looking at today. Mars obviously at 21, could have made more, but I don't care because this stock could go down another $3 tomorrow, just like it went up $2 today, right? So that was the Mara play, over almost $500 with the premium for the week. So between CleanSpark and Mara for the week, it's a $600 play, which is not bad on the income side. Amazon, always, every single week, we just roll this sucker out. We rolled this for a $31 credit. And we just let the shares appreciate, right? So we rolled it from the 195 call to the 192.5. If we get in the money, then you know the drill. We just roll it up and out. But usually Amazon doesn't move really, really crazy, and that's why the premiums aren't that great. It's trading at 184 right now, so it'd be nice for the account if it did get close to in the money. So that's the Amazon play. And then as always, Tesla, we traded around the 0.15 delta, I believe. And if we go here, we traded, the 170. So we got paid $89 a contract. We paid $2 to close. So we booked a lot of premium there. And Tesla has just been printing money for us. It's not a whole lot. And the share appreciation side of it sucks. But on the flip side, it's paying us $150 to $200 every single week. If we go to Tesla, we come down here and let's just go to the history here. Let's just go to the Roth IRA. Yeah, you can kind of see here, right? So we have the short call roll for 174. This was the roll that we were actually in the money. So we rolled that up when we did take the hit there on the 246. But before that, you can just see 298 for the roll, 22, 156, 114, 158, 140, 162. You can see that it's paying us between that 140 and 170 range every single week on 200 shares. So it's really not that bad. Obviously it's not the funnest stock to hold, but at the end of the day, it keeps paying us rent on our shares, and we keep taking that money and we keep reinvesting it. One of the things we keep reinvesting into is obviously QQQ. We're up 6% on that. Pretty cool to see. And we have $3,700 already in this. Our cost basis is $429. It's about 5% of the portfolio, and we have over 8 shares. So we're just going to keep stacking into QQQ every single week. Speaking of which, did we buy our QQQ for the week? Let's take a look. I don't think we did. Let me look on Friday. No, we did not. So let's buy our $100. Every single week I buy $100 worth of QQQ no matter what. This is how we add to it. I buy when it's up. I buy when it's down. I don't really care. Every single week we just buy. And we're just going to keep building that position. So we're at 8.38 shares now. Hopefully we can get to 100 shares over the next couple of years. and we'll just keep going there. And then Amazon, as always, we are up, what, $7,300 on this position, so that's a good one. So that's the plays for this week. One more thing too is we cut the Riot at break even. I sold my Riot shares. I think we had like 50 or something like that. So ended up selling the Riot shares, and we're just trying to consolidate a little bit here. So everything is looking good in the account. The account is obviously up 11,000 over the last month, so that's really nice to see. But we're just going to keep on keeping on. We're going to try to wheel and deal in and out of these Riot and Clean Spark and Mara, where hopefully I get all my shares called away, we get back to cash, and then we'll get back to grinding. So that's the account for right there. And then let's just jump in the spreadsheet just so we can see these clean numbers. These are the positions that we have been trading. Obviously, we booked the $31 on Amazon. We booked the 185 on Mara, the 136 on the Mara call, and then these are just over the last couple of weeks. 24, we let that expire for Rivian. Amazon, we rolled that. We booked the 19 there. And then these are the premiums for this week. So 178 on the roll for Tesla, 32 on the roll for Amazon. Mara, we got 499 on the roll, and Clean Spark 120 for the puts. And then that total brings us to, let's see. So for May, we're sitting at $1,224 so far. April, we're sitting at $1,212, and then March 1905. Obviously, the first of the month we struggled a little bit because Amazon ripped so much that we had to roll, and we lost some premium there, but that's okay. That we got a lot of share appreciation, so that's all that matters. So we're over $4,000 worth of income in this Roth IRA generated by just selling options, which is cool because that's $4,000 less that I didn't have to deposit into the account. So that's where we're sitting. These are the biggest money makers since I started tracking this on the spreadsheet. Amazon, slow and consistent. Clean Spark, we've just started selling options on, so we'll see that number go up. Mara sitting at just about 1,500, Rivian at 78, and Tesla at 412. So $2,500 basically worth of options income since we started tracking it here on this sheet in April. And that's where we're sitting for the account. So not too bad. I'll take $4,000 worth of extra money into the account, and we keep grinding. So that's where we're at. Thank you, everybody, as always, for tuning in. Don't forget to drop a like, and happy investing. Catch you next time.